Hello viewers, this is Cosmic Nick here, and in this video we're going to be working on these two PS3 Slims. So these are the PS3 Slims from the video from around a month or so ago, and this one, or I believe both of them had issues with the disk drive, like pulling the discs in, they were kind of stiff. We're going to test them again before we clean them up, but yeah, it should just be a pretty straightforward video. Just going to take these apart, clean them up, and yeah, we'll get to work on it. Alright, so we're going to power on the PS3 and we're going to insert the disc, test it out. You can see the disk drive, the rollers aren't really pulling in the disc very well, but we're going to try to fix that up. So this was shown in the other video, but the good news is that this PS3 does display to the screen and it does read the discs, I believe. But we just got to fix up that disk drive that's not taking it in the discs very well, so we're going to work on that. Alright, so this thing is pretty dusty along the sides where I think the air gets pulled in by the fan. So we're just going to try to clean it up right now. This screw is for the hard drive, pops out here. And we're going to take off the rest of these screw caps. There are a couple missing. There's a couple missing from the other one too. The warranty label looks like it's either been damaged by a little bit of liquid or maybe it was carefully removed and then put back, but not 100% sure if this thing has ever been taken apart before or not, but I'm gonna crack into it right now. Alright, there is a lot of dust and that looks pretty gnarly. The area from the hard drive, so let's see. Do not want to touch that with my hand. That is pretty gross. Just gonna get this out. Wow, that is nasty. Oh, that's gross. Feeling it on my hand. Wow, well, I'm surprised this thing actually works. It's a 320 gigabyte hard drive. I'll put that to the side for now and then open up the rest of this. Well, that came up really easily. I don't even know if that was even held down that much. Okay. Wow, this thing is extremely dusty. Oy, okay, I mean, based on the condition of the hard drive, it's not that surprising, but that's just a lot of dust. Yeah, I'm gonna throw some gloves on and then I'll take a look at the disk drive. Alright, so I'm just gonna scoop up some of this dust and debris here before I go taking apart everything else. Just gonna disconnect the power supply. Alright, so we'll clean up the console afterwards, but we're just going to clean the disk drive right now. Oh, this just pops out. So much dust in this disk drive. Okay, so got it down to here. I'm gonna see if I can pop this back off. Not want to break any of these ribbon cables, but just trying to see how I can remove this. Alright, so I was having some trouble because I wanted to get this piece off because it's preventing me from getting access to those ribbon cables so I can remove them. But I did see this little notch here, so I was messing around with it for a while before I noticed that. But you just pull on it and then push, and it comes right off. This PS3 Slim is actually not too bad from like a repair standpoint. There's only a couple screws that are holding down the power supply. Only a few screws after you take off the, the outer screws. It's only a few screws to get the disk drive out, and it's not too complicated, so that's nice to see. Alright, so now we should be able to wedge this out, or at least remove that ribbon cable. Is it the last one that was holding it? There we go, and then just gently get these ribbon cables out. Alright, there we go. Yeah, because I was not about to let this amount of dust stay in throughout this entire disk drive. But alright, so got down all the way to the very innards of the disk drive, so we're going to clean it up as much as possible now, and yeah, we'll go from there, and hopefully this thing will work after that, or pull in discs smoothly, at least. Alright, so all the pieces of the disk drive are looking pretty clean now. Now we're just going to put it back together and test it out before we finish cleaning up the rest of the console. Alright, so we got the PS3 put back together enough to test, so let's see. I'm gonna power it on. Alright, so it still powers on, it's good. Fan spinning. Let's try to see how the disc comes in. Alright, well, is it not sitting in here properly? Okay, maybe that was it. Alright, so it wasn't pulling it in, let's try it again. Pulled it in pretty well. Alright, just to double check, see if the game still works. Disk drive is spinning up, I just want to double check that the game still plays. Got it displaying on the monitor right now. The game is loading up, it is ready to go. So perfect, so now we're just gonna take this thing all the way apart and clean up all the huge amounts of dust that are in here. I think I'm actually gonna take some time to clean the disk drive a little bit more because it's not like pulling it in super easily. It's ejecting it fine, but I just want to make sure it pulls in the disk well. Not really sure what else I can do though, because I don't see rollers in there like the PS4, so I'm not really sure, what to clean other than what I already cleaned. I'll give it my best shot though. We're gonna clean up the rest of this thing because it is really dirty. And yeah, we'll just be done with this one after that. Once again, be extremely careful with power supplies. Do not mess with them. They can be very dangerous. They can hold charges for a very long time, and they can shock you and potentially kill you if you're not careful. I am no professional whatsoever. You can see that in the last video I posted where I accidentally shocked a power supply. So just be careful if you're gonna work on them, but do not work on them if you do not know what you're doing. Yeah, be careful. Do not mess with power supplies at all. Alright, so now that all the pieces of the PS3 Slim are pretty darn clean, if I do say so myself. I'll clean off the outside of this after I finish putting it back together. Everything is looking good, the hard drive's good, power supply has been cleaned off, even the internet cables that were, or the wireless cables that were extremely dusty, cleaned off. And we've got the last piece of the shell here, which is looking pretty good too. Honestly, the PS3 Slim is probably at this point one of my favorite consoles to clean. Like, it seems pretty straightforward. There's a lot of screws, so in terms of simplicity, maybe the Xbox One is an easier console to clean up. And you know, the fan for the PS3 Slim, since it's so tiny, it is kind of hard to get in all the grooves if you want to do like a really deep clean. I mean, it's not 100% necessary, but I like doing that just to make sure these blades get as clean as possible. But yeah, this is honestly not too bad of a teardown. Like, the pieces clean up fairly well. There's not like too many nicks and grooves that stuff can get stuck in and make it like take forever to clean. But I don't know, maybe I'm just getting more patient with cleaning stuff. But anyways, so yeah, this thing is ready to be reassembled. I'm gonna apply some more thermal paste, maybe look up a video of what is the good amount of thermal paste to apply, or the perfect amount, as Tronics Fix, Steve from Tronics Fix says, of thermal paste to apply onto here. And oh yeah, by the way, for Tronics Fix, it's like everybody wish him rest and good health with what he's going through right now. You can check out his channel and the stuff that he has posted. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna look up maybe a video of what to do for the thermal paste on this, and then we're gonna reassemble this thing. Alright, so we got this thing back together enough to test. Oh, actually, no we don't. Forgot the hard drive. Let's put that in there now. Alright, now we have this thing back together enough to test. Alright, so we're just gonna turn the console on. There we go. Let's see how the disk drive pulls it in. Alright, so as long as you get the disk drive in there enough, it pulls it in just fine. So all I gotta do is give it a little slight push, which, I mean, I don't know how strong the rollers on these things are supposed to be anyways, but I mean, this thing is looking pretty good now. We cleaned it up. It's all nice and pretty much dust free, at least out of all the major dust. Try to get as much of the fine details as possible. This thing is looking pretty darn good, all things considered. But yeah, so sounds like the disk drive is still booting up just fine. Just gonna make sure that it is still booting up the game, so we'll wait for it to load up. Also, I thought it was kind of funny to point out, but earlier before I started cleaning it, I looked into if these people had anything in their, video or photo galleries, and let's see, where was it at? Oh, here we go. They got Game of Thrones downloaded onto their console and Allied? I'm not sure what Allied is, but yeah, it's kind of funny. If the clock on here is right, that means the last time this was used was February of 2019, so 5 years ago actually, almost to the day. That's kind of cool. Anyways, alright, so game should be here. There we go. Alright, so it's still loading up the game just fine. That is great. Let me just show you guys the disk drive again, ejecting the disk so that you can see if it's working good now. Alright, so this is how the disk looks when it's ejecting. Again, I don't know how well the rollers are supposed to be pulling this game in and out, but I cleaned it as much as I possibly could. There's basically no dust in this disk drive right now, so I feel like that's not terrible. All things considered, it's not like it's getting jammed at all. I would fully trust that this will eject the disk again. Push it right out. And there we go. See, it's coming out. Alright, so we got this thing working. It seems to be working just fine. So now we're just going to finish putting this console back together. Try to clean off that star, sticker, whatever residue is stuck on the top. And then we'll move on to the other PS3 Slim. Alright, this PS3 Slim has actually cleaned up pretty well. I'm still debating on whether I'll remove the Turtle Beach sticker or not, because it is on the bottom, it's not really blocking anything. Not too sure, but yeah, this thing is looking pretty darn good now, so let's just move on to the next PS3 Slim. Alright, so there's been a change of plans. There has been an issue with the second PS3 Slim. It's not working the way it did before when I originally recorded that video back in February of 2023. So I guess this is just going to be it for this video because it's been almost a month already since my last video has come out and I need to get something out at this point. I'm also not 100% sure if I'm going to be listing this one, or I mean, I will be listing this one for sale. I'm just not sure if I'll have it up by the time the video goes out because, like I said, I just want to get a video out at this point. You guys let me know if you think I should take off that sticker before I sell it though. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you disliked it, hit the dislike button. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you later, guys.